welcome to the BWaters Sports Show. I'm your host, Brian Waters. And on today's show, we're going to talk some NFL playoffs. As we get ready for our championship games next Sunday, let's review the divisional round. First, we had the New Orleans Saints taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this match was very interesting. Going into the game, I chose the Cardinals. I figured it would be a high-scoring game from both teams. We all know the story from last week, Arizona winning 51-45. I thought their offense could duplicate that performance. But I do know the Saints do have a great pass defense, and thus that's what happened. Couple of key interceptions. What I was really impressed with was Reggie Bush finally showing up, being the guy that they drafted, that they wanted to be. And hey, he showed up when it mattered most in the playoffs. So the Saints easily won that game. Next, the Ravens took on the Colts. Now, like I said, everybody knows this is a game that everybody in Baltimore, they really, really want this game more than anything, due to the fact that the Colts took, they left from Baltimore and went to Indianapolis in the middle of the night. Unfortunately, as what's been happening time and time again, Ravens unable to get to Peyton Manning. Yes, Ed Reed had an interception. 4 interceptions against Peyton Manning. It's the most, tied with Carson Palmer, most against any quarterback. But Joe Flacco just was not comfortable. The Colts keyed in on the Ravens' run game. They were able to stop. They forced Ray Rice to fumble the ball. Colts advanced with a 20-3 victory. Then we go to Sunday. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Going into the game, Dallas Cowboys are very hot, winning 4 straight, 2 of which were blowouts. However, Flozo Adams went down early in the game. When he went down, that pretty much set the stage for what was to come. Jared Allen was able to easily have his way with whoever they put on that side. At one point it was Colombo, another point was Jason Witten. Different matchups, but everybody was too much for Jared Allen. Tony Romo, who only fumbled the ball 3 times this year, fumbled 3 times in the first half. Also threw 2 interceptions. So, threw 1 interception. So, the Dallas Cowboys just did not look good. And Brett Favre, on the other hand, he looked awesome. Showing Sidney Rice, the star he has made this year. Everybody knows I'm not a Favre fan, but I can't take nothing from him. Did exactly what he had to do. Went out there and performed very well. Then, moving on, we have the New York Jets taking on the San Diego Chargers. Now, I did say last week, I've said it time and time again, if you let the Jets in this playoffs, they could be a dangerous team. They went on to face the Colts in week 15, week 16, and bottom line is the Colts yanked their starters, and next thing you know, the Colts are 14-1, and the Jets have found some rhythm. They go into Cincinnati. Cincinnati doesn't really play their starters. Why? They don't really have to. San Diego has already won their game, so the Bengals don't really have anything to play for. They already pretty much set. What happens? Jets need to win. They do so. Then they duplicate that performance against Cincinnati. They go in this game down. San Diego gets started fast, winning 7-0. Going to halftime, it's 7-3, and the Jets come back out there, do what they have to do. Mark Sanchez played another good game. He managed the game well. But he knows he doesn't have to be the best player, but he has to be the smartest player, and that's exactly what he did. Played a very smart game, and North Turner made some questionable decisions. One of which going for the onside kick instead of kicking the ball downfield. Pressure situation. I'm not a coach. I think I would have kicked the ball downfield, but hey, he's the coach. I'm not. And what happens? Jets get the recovery. Chargers unable to stop him. Force a 3 and out. Actually, I should say 4th and out, because on 4th and 1, the Jets were able to get the first down. and they advanced to Indianapolis. Now, as we get prepared for our championship games, this is my personal favorite week of football. Love the Super Bowl, but the championship games mean a lot. This is where teams play the hardest to get to the Super Bowl. They also play, they're more familiar with the team because it's the same conference. Sometimes it's even the same division. Saints, like I said, they're red hot. They found their rhythm again. They couldn't have picked a better team to find their rhythm against none other than the Arizona Cardinals. Um, Vikings, my opinion, score should have been 20-3. Um, yeah, they ran up the score, but hey, it's football. That's what you do. You try to score as many points as you can. But will they have the same performance? No. I see that the Saints, they were 13-0 at one point because they were winning games on both offense and defense, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I feel the Saints will win this one by a big margin. Drew Brees will come out, do exactly what he has to do. His offensive line will protect him. They're going to need another performance like that out of Reggie Bush. Then you also have, um, the wide receivers, Henderson, Colston. So the Saints offense can get it together like they did against the Cardinals. It should be it should be a win for them. They advanced to their first Super Bowl. Jets and Colts, that's a tricky one. Rex Ryan is a defensive genius, so you best to know he's going to have some different looks for Peyton Manning. Um, the Colts, but like I said, you just can't count out Peyton Manning. I believe you could have somebody's grandmother out there being the coach, and Peyton Manning being on that field, he still will find a way to win. Um, this should be a close one, my opinion. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna pick the Jets to pull off the upset. I believe it will be a Jets and Saints Super Bowl. But now I wouldn't be surprised to see the Colts win. I mean, that probably should. If I was a betting man, I probably would bet on them. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna predict that Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan are going to do the unlikely, the highly unlikely, and do what the last year's rookie head coach, rookie quarterback combo, and Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh for the Ravens couldn't do, and that's advance to the Super Bowl. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the BWaters Sports Show. I'm your host, BWaters, and we'll see you next week when we know who will be in our Super Bowl.